We're going to be discussing money management for couples. I'm your host, Michael. My brother Matthew is currently not in the room, so I'm going to start without him. So let's go. Uh, Usually, couples who manage money together make great financial decisions that are better for their financial future. And um, you have to connect with your significant other and get started on practical money management methods in order to achieve the goals that you're hoping to as a couple. Um, Usually, you want to discuss your money issues. Though unattractive, it's probably best that you discuss your money management issues with your spouse before you decide to marry them, or your significant other before you decide to be with them, and become a couple, like moving in together, making major purchases together, and things like that. Um, you have to talk about budgeting with your partner. Excuse me. Um, you're going to have to overcome certain hurdles when you uh, start talking about your uh, your financial goals and your debts that you currently have. Student loans are probably the biggest debt that people are coming into when they get into a relationship. A lot of times, um, that's something that can be postponed or put on hold as long as you continue to go to college or take a class or take a course. Sometimes that can be put on hold while you achieve other financial goals, such as obtaining a better job and things like that. Finding your rhythm is probably a good way to start. It's not about who's better, who worse. It's just that you guys, you know that you have different issues coming into the relationship. Learn what makes your relationship special. That's gonna keep you together. Um, and love doesn't always triumph over what keeps you together. Sometimes having good money management and being able to work through the hard times is what keeps you guys together. Put everything on the table when you talk to your spouse, your significant other, uh, or whatever it may be. You talk about the goals that you want to achieve. Sometimes you can throw in timelines to make your goals better achievable. Um, be honest and let them know what you think about their goals versus hoping they'll be honest when it comes to your goals. Um, a lot of people say make it a date. I don't quite agree with that, but you do need to make some sort of date to discuss your finances at least once every quarter to see where you are, where you have been, and you know what you're continuing to achieve together as a couple. Um, you have to learn how to consider your short, your medium, and your long-term goals. Uh, Long-term goals are things that happen in the future. Let's get a five-passenger, six-passenger, seven-passenger vehicle. That's a long-term goal. Medium-term goals um, in December, which is like 2 months from now or 3 months from now. Let's go to Disneyland. Let's take the kids. Let's do things like that. And short-term goals. Hey, next month I'd like to pay off the American Express card. Things such as that. Those are your long-term, medium, and short-term goals. Think about them, write them down, put them on paper, and figure out what is best for you. And um, I recommend paying off the smallest things first. If you have a $200 bill and you have a $2,000 bill, pay off the $200 bill because that's the easiest to achieve. Uh, Once you no longer have that $200 a month bill, you can take that $200 a month bill and place it towards the payment of that $2,000 a month bill. And it'll allow you to take your money and put it back into you. Basically, you're investing in yourself. Excuse me. Considering your account, do we share an account? Do we have separate accounts? Um, I know I have a separate little account from my spouse, but I put maybe $100 in it a month just to what I call mad money. When I get mad at her and I want to go buy something, I go buy something out of that account. I should treat myself with something every every month, or else what are you working for? What are you really working for? You want to go buy that pair of Nike workout shoes? Go buy them. You have that money to the side if you can afford it. If you can't afford it, you might want to discuss that with your spouse. Um, oh, joint accounts. You might want to have a joint account. What are the pros and cons of single accounts versus joint accounts? In joint accounts, everybody knows where the money's at. Everybody knows where the money's going, and all of the money's in one pot. The unfortunate thing about that is when you're both broke, guess what? You're both broke. There's no other money nowhere. Um, my wife and I shared the same account for a very long time, and then I figured out when we had maybe $200 in the whole account, that's all we had. So we had to make that last. Nowadays, though, like I said, $100 here, $100 there, into that other account. And when we were to the point where our joint account was low, I could actually transfer money because it was a necessary evil that I had it over there separate from my spouse. I don't recommend that for everybody. I'm just telling you what I do. You need to set some clear and actionable goals. In other words, specifics do matter. Again, I want to pay that credit card off by June of 2023. You do everything in your power to do that, it will be done. For large purchases, again, the money that you pay off the smaller bills with, you now direct that towards the bigger bills to be able to pay those large purchases off sooner than you expected to. Write out your short-term goals, somewhere between 6 to 12 months. Write out your medium goals, 1 to 3 years, and long-term goals, 4 to 20, 25 years or greater, whatever it takes. Make them clear, make them actionable by having specific money amounts that you can work with. If you're relying on overtime to pay those things, don't do that. Overtime is only a temporary feature in most cases. Depending on where you are, if you base everything on your overtime, you may be putting up your stuff for sale in today's economy, because businesses are striving, but they're also, not hiring as many people as they used to, unless they have, usable skills. So that's another subject. Keeping your job and getting better jobs. We'll talk about that in another episode. So we want to talk about building a budget. And you want to get to know your expenses to create a budget. Know what your spouse's significant other's paycheck looks like, and they should know what yours look like after taxes. Write that money down. Know what comes out of your check immediately. Sometimes you look on your paycheck stub and you'll see something that you don't know what that is. Get with your human resources department and find out what that particular charge is. That may be something you didn't authorize, and it's something that's coming out of your check. $6 a month times 12 months is quite a bit of money. That'd be $72 coming out your account. What could you use with $72? That could be another light bill or gas bill that you could pay off. So find out what's on your paycheck stub and get those accordingly set up, that you know what's coming out of your paycheck at all times. You have a monthly expense budget that you want to set up as well. You have to pay for food. You have to pay for your mortgage or your rent. You have to pay for the electricity and the light bill. You don't necessarily have to pay for the movie theater. Find ways to watch movies at home. There's plenty of resources out there to be able to watch movies when you want to watch them. Wait for the movie to come out on TV or something. They're coming to DVD a lot faster than they used to, so do things like that. So this concludes my um, beginner lesson. This is just for the ability to process a video. I could talk forever. Things I created: an emergency fund, savings together. You know, do you join yourselves together in the same household? Will you save money by doing that? You know, do you have a spreadsheet to show all this stuff? Allowances. Do you pay yourself every time you get a paycheck? And refining your budget every couple of months to make sure you guys are within. So this is me. I'm out. This is money management for couples.